Well, I'm fascinated by what's going on here. We've got the panda, the one without its hair on its face. It's not called panda, it's called something else. I've forgotten what we've called it. And then I think it's Pretty. Is it Pretty with a funny ear like that? And her daughter. That's right, we called that one there Shimmy. And there's a third one here. Now, we didn't know there was a third one. Apparently Jamie discovered it a few days back. But there is a third cub here. And what's very interesting is that this precocious little thing, which is Corky's cub, is trying to suckle from Pretty, well, I'm assuming that's Pretty, who is not her mother. So she's trying to muscle in there and not managing. Now, there's no ways that Pretty's cub would do the same with Corky, who is more dominant. And I don't know who the third cub belongs to, unless the third cub is a sibling of this one's. A sibling of Corky's cubs. No. Pretty's got two. That's what it is. Look at that. There we go. Pretty's got two cubs. Ha ha ha. Isn't that wonderful? So the one that we have just met was probably just too nervous to come out while Corky was here, whereas this precocious little thing is not afraid of anyone. Yep, you see? And there's Pretty just giving a little bit of discipline to Corky's otherwise recalcitrant youngster. Now, sweet, look. Now, just the best, these things. Magic. But itchy, so you're going to have a scratch. Now, it looks a little bit bald, everybody. It isn't bald. It's just because it's changing hair colour and because we're in infrared now. And so it almost looks like it's bald underneath, but it isn't. Right, I think that's a male. If you look at its penis, it's pinched at the end. I'm pretty sure that that's a male. And if you're wondering how on earth I could possibly confuse it for a female, well, you're obviously a new viewer, which is wonderful. Lovely to have you with us. It does look like they have both male and female parts. The spotted hyenas. Noisy little thing. But the females, which is an enlarged pseudo-clitoris, and does not have that pinched end. Surely it must hurt to be grating that along the ground. Animals just have a greater... I'm not sure if they just have a greater pain threshold or thicker skin or what it is. Shim is indeed very daring. That's not Shim we're looking at the moment. Sorry, Tears from a Dream said that Shim was very daring. Yes, she is. Or he is. That's why it's called Shim, you see. Now here comes the other one. No, that's the big one there. So that, I think, is a female. So I'm going to say Pretty's got one male, one female. Let's have a look now. Come on. Yep. See, that one is straight. It's not pinched at the end. So that, I think, is a little female, and the smaller one's a little male.
And she's already bigger as well.
And she's already bigger, as Sebastian says, yeah. Well, Crystal, we do what we can. You say I've made your day with this. That's great. I think it's probably the hyenas that have made your day. I'm keeping an eye on the other two, just to see whether or not Shim here tries to suckle from this hyena who is not her own. There we go. This would be fascinating. If this happens, look at that. She won't allow it though, pretty. You see that? So hyenas are renowned for not allowing that. You'll read that they don't cross-suckle at all. You'd imagine it must have happened once or twice in hyena history. Rima, they know their rank almost from birth, and it's very difficult to tell how that happens. But right from the very beginning, that little cub of Corky's has been much more confident than either of these two, and much more willing to approach Pretty, much more willing to come out and sort of see what's going on, even in the absence of her mother, and trying to suckle from a hyena who isn't her mother. Now, the roles are reversed. If Corky was the one lying there, so the matriarch, we think she's the matriarch now, if she was lying there, you'd probably find that one or both of these older cubs wouldn't come out of the den, and we would only have the presence of a Shim. For me, I'm afraid I couldn't begin to tell you the answer to that question. How much mother's milk does a hyena cub need a day? They probably feed 2 to 3 times a day. It's probably mostly twice a day, once in the morning, once in the evening. And maybe a little bit more often than that when they're very tiny. But I think that's all it is. And I'm going to say 200, he's trying to suckle there again. I'm going to say 250 milliliter bottles worth. So maybe a pint a day? I don't know. I really wish we could see if she was actually suckling, because that would be one for the books. That is fantastic. Isn't it gorgeous? Very nice indeed to see all this stuff. Oh, there we have the infrared light on. Give us a bit more clarity on the situation. There's the little male. He's skinnier than the female as well. Is she cleaning her own cub or Shim? No, her own foot. So it begs the question as to where Corky is. And the answer is I don't know. It would be so interesting to see these roles reversed. See how Pretty looks towards the cub that isn't hers. Almost with slight aggression. I wonder what time they have to go to bed. Probably around about 7 o'clock, actually. Alright, I'm pleased to say that Sydney has got still the little prince. Let's go and find out what he's doing.